This class is about green buildings, so let's talk about that. And why does it matter? Well, buildings have a huge impact. They consume a lot of energy and raw materials, and they emit a lot of waste and a lot of emissions. But we have this unusual window of opportunity, as it happens, um, because of the way historical trends have come together. It happens that 75% of all buildings that are going to exist between now and 2035 are either going to be built or they're going to be existing buildings that are renovated. So we have an unusual opportunity to do things right. Architectural styles tend to follow historic trends, just like music and art do. And in the 20th century, that was the machine age, and buildings were seen as machines for living. So architects fitted them up with not only electric lights, but air conditioning. They were all cooled by air conditioning. That meant you didn't need windows that could open anymore. You didn't need to worry about what direction the breeze flowed through or the sunlight came in. And so you could have these tall, thin-skinned buildings with windows didn't open. And that meant you could build the same style of building anywhere in the world. And in fact, this particular building we're looking at is an architectural style called International Style. And it's called that because it could be anywhere. You don't know where you are when you're looking at that building. In the 21st century, we're looking for a new metaphor, and it's based on our instruction manual. So we are thinking about how to build buildings that get their energy from the sun, their water from the sky, their nutrients from the soil. This particular set of drawings you're looking at is for a neighborhood development that's being planned in East Portland, up there in the Lloyd neighborhood, near the Moda Center and the Convention Center. So a green building is healthy for the people who live there and work there, which a lot of modern buildings are not. And it's healthy for the ecological life support system that we depend on. It's made of non-toxic materials. It gets its materials from nearby wherever possible. And our goal is not to use any energy from outside or import water from outside, and not to export waste or carbon emissions. That's the goal. Of course, we're not there yet, but that's what we strive for. If you ask what style is a green building, there is no style of green building. Green buildings look different depending on where they are, and they adapt to their local site conditions. That means that these are buildings that tell you where you are. So in our next class in a couple of days, we're going to look in a little more detail at how do you design a building that fits its site. Different people offer different definitions of green buildings. They're all pretty similar. So here are some, including one from USGBC, which sponsors LEED, and one from the EPA, or the old EPA. And here are a couple of examples. This one is a building at Oberlin College in Ohio. It's, I don't know, 30 years old now. And it was designed with the cooperation of students. So students and the architect together designed this building. You will notice that the way the walls are, daylight can get in, so it doesn't need electric light in the daytime. Cooling air flows through, so it cools itself. Up on the roof, you can't see, but there are solar panels that provide electricity. It's used water gets processed in this wetland. Its wastewater, that is, its toilet water, gets treated in this thing that's called a living machine. So that's interesting. This green building is the Health and Wellness Center, Building 30 on the LCC campus. Up here on the roof, you see solar thermal panels. These provide hot water for the whole building, and it needs quite a bit of hot water. It doesn't need air conditioning, so natural cooling pulls air through. And if you read the architect's manual that I put in our course folder, you can see they talk about how this tower in the middle is the lungs of the building. Here are the solar panels that heat the hot water. This over here is the north side of the building, but even it does not need electric light. It's all lit by natural daylight. And then here's the LCC Downtown Center. It also has solar panels on the roof. They are over here. It also does not need air conditioning. It's cooled by natural ventilation. And this thing on the front, this is its hot water heater. This is a kind of heater called an evacuated tube heater. The other one was a flat panel. This guy is certified LEED Platinum. Here are some books that you might find useful as you're studying green buildings. And then here are some websites for you.